Hey everybody, Adventure Vin going over the Klim Dakar jacket. I did a brief segment earlier talking about the resilience mid-layer, and I was using this as an example, and I promised you guys I'd do a more in-depth detailed. So if you've never heard of the Dakar jacket for this year, and you're looking at me and you're thinking, what the heck happened to the sleeve? That's part of the nuance of the newer Dakar Klim jacket out. This is a 2024. It might have come out last year. I'm not sure. But first, some specifics. Number one, I'm 6 foot and I'm pushing a little over 230 pounds these days. Got a little bit of a gut. I wear an extra large in the Klim. I did get this exact very jacket in a double X, and I was swimming in it. So consider that. I would highly recommend that you would go to a local motorcycle place, try it on before you order it. Like every other manufacturer, an extra large in one is not going to fit you the same as a large in the other. I know for sure that Rocky Mountain ATV and I think Revzilla.com have a option that if you do order something and it's not in your size, for the first return back and the next shipment out to change that size is no cost to you at all. So that's the size fitting so far. I will say that when I did put this one on, I do have an induction, and I think I have another Gore-Tex Klim. When I put this one on, and I did like the extra large a lot better than the double X. Double X was too long in the sleeves, it was too baggy, is that I felt it was kind of bunching underneath my arm a little bit. That's because there's a little bit of extra material to accommodate for these detachable sleeves, which we'll get into in just a bit. Price point on this jacket goes anywhere between $300 and $330, depending on maybe a color pattern or the sizing. If you get into I think they offer it, let me look at my notes. They offer it from small all the way up to 3X. So I'm thinking that $30 price difference might come in when you get into the higher sizes. Also, this comes in 6 different colors. Now, one thing before I really get into the jacket and some of the design of it, I want to point something out. I am wearing the Dakar jacket, but in my earlier video today that I did of the pants, I mentioned that I'm wearing the Mojave pants because Dakar does make pants for this, obviously, but the Mojave line doesn't. The reason why I went, and I'll have the camera go down to the pants, so these are the Mojave line pants. Mojave doesn't have a jacket complement. You have to jump up to Dakar. I chose the Mojave. I like the color pattern a lot more on the Mojaves. I like the lightweightness of the Mojaves. I do have a pair of Dakar pants that I do like. They're all black. But the Dakar pants, they're a little bit heavier. And you see this rust color, orange. I don't mind it on the jacket, but on the pants, it really dominated a lot of the pants color. And I really liked how these earth tones better matched my boots without all the heavy orange on the back of the leg. And it had enough color pop out to look like it does go with it. So if I was on the road, nobody would know the difference. They probably think that this is the exact matching set to the jacket. So that's enough about the Mojave. I just wanted you to see how it all fit. Looking at me, I have one sleeve attached, one sleeve detached. The idea of this jacket was designed, if you go to the Klim website, if you look at the reviews on Revzilla, they will all say that this jacket is designed, although it has pockets for the armor, it is designed to go over, I want to say motocross body armor, which I've never worn. It's like that, like the roost protector that's on your chest, the back protector. It's that strap-on armor that I've never worn, and this is designed to go over it. Designed to. But it also gives you the option to add armor. On my other jackets, I have the regular D30, I think, I forgot the level, I think level 2. But this one I did go with the Ghost. So what you see on this arm is the Ghost armor in the elbow and a Ghost armor in the shoulder. One thing to note, when you detach the sleeves, I have not seen a review yet where anybody detaches the sleeves or shows you what the jacket looks like with the sleeves detached. But when you detach the sleeve, the shoulder Ghost armor, the shoulder armor, whichever you decide to use, goes with it. These little hooky things hook up into 2 little eyelets up here, and then as you can see it zippers, and then the elbow has the Ghost armor. One thing I wish they would have kept in this line that I have with my other 2 jackets is that on the left sleeve they had a little medical pocket here with a little medical symbol that you zipped, and it was just enough to hold my driver's license and my credit card, my bank card, which I loved because when I get into the gas stations, I unzipped that little pocket, pulled it out, and was able to use it as a gas and put it right back in without digging for a big bulky wallet. Unfortunately, they did not do it with this one. With the zipper design that they did do is that they gave you an option to keep the cuff closed with the bottom zipper attached. Open this up, and this acts like a vent. I guess I should do it on this jacket, the sleeve. So this would act like a vent. So now I have ventilation with the cuff closed, okay? Ventilation with the cuff closed. Or if I wanted more ventilation, this one goes up, this one comes up and meets it, and then it just billows out more. So it just gives you an option. I think I would prefer, if I wanted ventilation, I think I'd prefer that first option with having that open. And there's nothing in the back. Now I'm going to take the jacket off. Oh, so there's that ventilation. There's also a bicep ventilation here. And there's one on the back, I think. Let me look at my detached sleeve. Forward. No, there's not one on the back. One thing also I was going to mention, I have ridden, like when I'm doing the BDRs in California, I'm on a KLR 650. I do not ride aggressive. I do not ride fast. I'm an older dude. I'm not getting nuts. So I'm on the trail and I'm traveling 15, 20 miles an hour enjoying the scene. My wheels, I try not to have my wheels ever leave the ground, but because I'm traveling slower, I do heat up. I heat up a lot. So on my ride out there on the KLR, if I'm on the freeways to get out to the BDR, I have my armored jacket on. When I would get there, I would take the armored jacket off and I would just complement it with the with these forearm, elbow, and a little bit up here protectors. And I have had these on when I was on Titus Canyon. When I took that spill on Titus Canyon, I'm so glad I had them on. It was a very slow trek in the heat. So we all know the slower you're going, you're going to heat up without the wind covering your body. So is your bike. So I did wear these, but I'm wearing these as an example saying if you were to ever use the option to configure where you wanted the back armor, and I'll get to that when I take the jacket off, this is what it would look like. I mean, obviously no one's going to ride with one sleeve attached with one off, but this is what I would do. If I said, hey, I want a little more ventilation, but I want the protection of the back armor and the pockets, this is what you would look like. I think most people that are doing the separate riding will be like me. We're saying, I'm going to ditch the jacket altogether and just cover my elbows and my arms and go with it. So on that note, let me take this off and I'm going to show you some of the other designs, what they had added. So one thing that they put, and a lot of the reviews say, oh, we added this pocket in the back to put the sleeves. So if you detach the sleeves, this billowing pocket in the back is where you could put your sleeves. Yeah, that's probably the intentions when they designed this jacket. But for me, everyone knows I like maps. That's probably where I'm going to put my maps. Or that's probably where I'm going to put my, and I'll show it to you in a second, my resilience jacket might just slip back there. The Klim resilience that I have. This does have two vents, bilateral. So you got a vent zip there and a vent zip on this side for ventilation. I think this would be a really good breathable jacket. You have one pocket here, and I don't know if it has the earphones or not. No, that's just a deep pocket. That's just a deep pocket. No, you can't do the earphone gig on that. And then the interior mesh pocket is the same. It's totally sealed. I mean, you can, if you're running wired earphones, just zip it up to the highest extent and then have the earbuds come out there. And let's see, interior pockets here. None, none, and none. Not like my Gore-Tex's pockets galore on the inside. What I did is I took a D30 back armor. I have 3 Klim jackets now. The elbows and shoulders are a pain to put in, so if you want to invest a little extra money to save yourself some headache, yeah, I get that for your shoulders and your elbow pockets. But for the back armor, it's very easy to take in and out. So I took this from one of my other Klim jackets. Fits perfectly. If you have not purchased armored yet, just one little note to know is that the armor, your elbow armor, and let me get this right, your elbow armor and your knee armor will be the same exact dimensions. You don't buy them separate. And then your shoulder armor and your hip armor would be the same. So say if you went to go buy a set, you want a whole outfit, the same exact dimensions that are going to be in your shoulders will match your hip. They're interchangeable. Same ones that go on your elbow will go over your knees. Interchangeable. I don't wear any pocketed armor on my knees. I use the Liat strap-on. I use the Liat strap-on armor. That's kind of funny. But one thing I wanted to point out to you really quick before we cut off is the resilience. I'm going to jump in real quick back to the resilience. The other night I did a resilient review and I opened up the jacket and I said, oh, it's really weird because the pockets go down and up. And in the reviews on Revzilla, which I've never seen a video of the resilience yet, is that they say it rolls up into its own. This is what they're talking about. So this is the resilience. And this is not even packed down. I mean, you could probably get it about as big as a softball. It would fit perfectly in the back of that. But those pockets were designed for it to self. I just figured it out tonight. That's what those pockets are for. I've never seen a review on that. So you'd peel it out. So there's the resilience. I'm just going to put it on one more time with the Dakar. Now, they still have the Inferno jacket, and they still have the Zephyr. This is not an upgrade from the Zephyr, and it's not an upgrade from the Inferno. You can still buy those separately. The Resilience is its own model. I liked it because, as you can see, it's if I get to camp, and this happens a lot of times I want something to cover me in case of mosquitoes, something a little bit light. This is very, very comfortable. So instead of walking around with my astronaut jacket armor on, this is kind of cool just at the campsite. Great windbreak. I love the color pattern. It matches really, really well with the Mojave pants. It matches really, really well with the Dakar pants. And putting the Dakar jacket on, and I did not zip up the sleeve. I'm just going to leave the sleeve off for now. Actually, now that I do that, it looks kind of interesting. I haven't done this yet. But all the zip patterns, I think, works really, really great with this color pattern of the Dakars. You know, you zip it up. And now that I look at it, I could totally see myself being at a campsite. And before, what I had was an older Klim jersey, what you saw when I had the armor on the elbow. But at the campsite, if I just want to have like a vest, this is actually a pretty comfortable feel. So I would think, if I were riding some really hot terrain, I'd probably ditch the jacket, put my elbow armor on, and go at it. I think if I was just wanting to fluctuate layering concept, I think this is really good. I really like the way this looks and feels. I've never done this before, so I'm going to have to watch the video myself and see how that looks. But that's the Resilience underneath the Dakar. I think I got all the points that I wanted to make on it. And like I said in my other videos, if you by chance are, something's in the pocket. If you by chance are, it's a net gator. You guys know what net gators are. But if you by chance are a first responder, law enforcement, veteran, or active duty, make sure to find out if these places are buying your equipment, whether it be maintenance for your motorcycle, parts for your motorcycle, or apparel. Ask them, see if they do a 10%, 15% discount. Most places do. Not all, but most places do. So on that note, I'm going to wrap up the Dakar jacket. Hope this was informative. I've never seen one where they actually detach the sleeve and show you what it looks like. But if you have, just mention it in the comments below. We'd like to try to network. I want to get as best information out to as many people as possible. Go to the Klim website if you want to learn more about the material, the price points, the sizing ranges, all those specs. They're very detailed on the Klim website themselves. Also Revzilla.com and Rocky Mountain ATV. Once again, I don't get monetized, not by Kawasaki, not by Klim, not by Revzilla. These are the places I go shopping, which seems to have never failed. In-person shopping, there's a Cycle Gear local, which I do like going to them, and also Malcolm Smith Motorsports in Riverside, California. Like, subscribe, get out there and ride. And remember, life's a journey. Make yours a good one. Have a good night.